I have found myself changing to fit in a certain environment or groups, but I feel like everyone does that unconsciously because I don't feel like no one, not in a bad way, like it isn't a bad thing at all. Everyone wants to kind of just fit in and doesn't want to be pointed out and be the odd one out. So I feel like it does happen to the best of us, but although it is important to stay yourself and be yourself, but when I was younger, I did see myself changing. Like when I went to Poland, then obviously I'd be a bit more less quote unquote ghetto, and I'd be a bit more respectful, and the way I talk would very much change because not only could I not translate word by word English words to Polish, I'd also just tone it down a bit. Like, I don't know if this makes sense, but like funny memes or just funny videos, just stupid videos. Like, I feel like I wouldn't really share them with my Polish friends when I went to Poland because I feel like they'd look at me and be like, what the hell is this girl sharing us? So in that sort of aspect, I'd kind of change to fit myself in the environment. But overall, then no, I've always just been myself, or at least tried to, especially like growing up now, like ever since like 15, 16, I've been myself. But yeah. First reactions when I tell people my ethnicity is very much surprised, very much surprised and shocked because they wouldn't have expected for me to be Polish because the typical mixed girl is like English, white, and then like whatever other black. But yeah, they're quite surprised because it is quite unusual. It's not very common. But it's a good surprise. It's not negative whatsoever. And it's kind of like, oh, wow, that's so unique. And it's a good reaction. So, yeah. I feel like a lot of people have a lot of questions. Like Polish and Jamaican, like, how does that work? Like, that's different. I feel like a lot of people got a lot of questions, but they're kind of not maybe scared to ask, but they kind of believe it's a bit more respectful to just not ask. But I'm honestly such an open book. I would answer any questions that anyone has. But oh my god, this question is actually such a good one because I literally saw someone yesterday post on their story that they only want to date a black girl to have mixed race babies, and I just looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? I think that mentality is so messed up. I think it's crazy that people are genuinely only thinking about the kids' skin colour that they want to produce. Like, I've literally got no words. I don't know how to feel about it yet. Only thing I know is that I don't think it's right. I don't think it's okay. I don't think you should be only going for a white girl or only going for a black man if you want, just because you want your kids to be mixed race. Don't get me wrong, mixed race babies are gorgeous, they're so cute, but so are all babies, black babies, white babies, all babies are cute. So I don't think it's something that should be said out loud, you know? I genuinely don't. I don't think it should be said, especially the person that you're interested in. Oh yeah, I only like you because I want to have mixed race babies. I think that's so bad. You should not be saying that out loud. That is, no. Keep that to yourself, man. If anything. No, that's wrong. All babies are cute. I don't think we should be discriminating babies now. Like, come on, man. This is out of hand. How are we saying that we only want to get with this person or this type of person because we want this kind of baby? Bro, the skin's baby colour does not matter. It's the way you feel about that person to have that baby, and the baby's personality and who the baby is within, not from just his or her skin tone. I think it's a bit messed up, if you ask me. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I understand what people are saying. Like, I understand, like, where people are coming from, because I always try to look at someone else's perspective before I just criticize them. So I understand they want a cute little mixed race baby because that's all you see on the internet, but it's not something, like, I can't emphasize this enough, it is not something that should be said out loud proudly. Like, it's not. Like, you shouldn't be going into relationships with someone just because you want mixed race babies. Like, that's so fucked. Like, when you're with someone, you're getting along, and then you want to spend the rest of life together, you want to have babies, cool. And then you say, I can't wait to have mixed race babies with you. Cool, that's different, but people are saying it now like it's the only things on their mind. It's bad. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. I really do not like it when people pretend to be mixed race. I don't like it. This whole blackfishing thing, I don't like it. However, recently I've come to approach their point of view and their perspective. And although what I'm about to say might sound a bit, what the fuck, like, why are you defending them? I understand where they're coming from. People don't just randomly hop on these trends for no reason, you get me? There's always a reasoning behind it. They're not doing it to annoy anyone. They're doing it, matter of fact, to impress someone or to make someone think, oh, right, they're actually pink, Like, if someone's pretending to be mixed race, that's because society has made mixed race girls to be like, wow, like top tier, amazing. Mixed race girls, curly hair, hourglass figure, clear skin, all of that is accepted as beautiful in society. And every girl wants to feel beautiful, and boys as well, but I'm just going to say girls just for the sake of this topic. I feel like everyone wants to be viewed upon as perfect, or as perfect as they can possibly get. And when you see a mixed race person, it's almost as if people already think that they're like quote unquote perfect. And I think just people want to be looked at and just be like, wow, without having to do the most, without having to do anything. Although white, black, Asian, whatever colour, whatever race, ethnicity, everyone is beautiful. Everyone. Whether you have clear skin, whether you've got big bum, whether you've got flat chest, you're all beautiful. But unfortunately, society, predominantly by boys, have made up that this imaginary mixed race girl, curly hair, hourglass, clear skin figure is the most perfect thing that you can get. So girls are just trying to transform themselves into this thing. So I don't know. I genuinely feel sorry for these girls that are trying their best to look like a whole different ethnicity, a whole different race, because that means they're unhappy within themselves of who they are originally. Although they might be beautiful, stunning, pale white girl with ginger hair, I don't know, they could be beautiful, but they don't know that because society has never bigged up their race or bigged up their hair colour or really made sure to show them off, So they're like, okay, well, if no one's going to pay attention to me and how I look already, let me change myself to what they're already like, So I'm not approving of what they're doing because it's not right, but the reasonings behind why they're doing it, I understand, and that's why I feel sorry for them rather than feel anger or hate towards them. They already get so much hate from everyone else. Why am I going to give them even more? They know what they're doing is maybe wrong, but someone needs to sit down with them and make them understand and realise that it shouldn't be done, because clearly someone's not had enough talks with them, because everyone's coming to them with an angry approach, but people don't like to be talked to when the other person's angry, They only like to have conversations when someone's talking to them calmly. So clearly someone's not had this conversation with this person that's trying to look mixed race or black, whatever. So anyway, yeah, that's what I think. In conclusion, explain to the person calmly, if you can, like face to face, rather than on social media just coming to them with hate and criticism, because no one learns from that. You know how everyone says block the haters out? Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're not listening to your hate because it's hateful. Try to educate them and tell them why it's wrong, rather than, just look at it from their point of view. I think that's important. That's my conclusion. Do you know what? Compared to other races, I don't think their stereotypes are really... I don't hear a lot of stereotypes for mixed race people. No, I haven't. The only stereotypes I can think of is like mixed girls coming from broken homes where the white mum's at home living with you and then the black dad's just left and he's gone. But that's kind of the only stereotype I've really experienced or heard, or is your dad living at home? But maybe there are different stereotypes, but I haven't personally really heard any. Yeah, I have been mistaken. They usually think I'm just like English and Jamaican, or English and somewhere from the Caribbean, but they would never assume I'm Polish, so yeah. The person's reaction to when I told them that I'm mixed race. It's usually just a good shock. Very surprised. They wouldn't have expected Polish and Jamaican girl to look like me. Can't lie, I do not know what being ethnically ambiguous means, so if you could explain, that would be great. My mixed race experience from when I was born up until about year 6, I don't know how old I was then, but yeah, up to year 6, like, I did not like being mixed race. I really would have preferred at that time to just be either white or black, because the confusion was just so annoying, and being pinpointed and not knowing what category to put myself in, that was really tough, and I hated that, and I didn't like that whatsoever. But up until, like, from secondary school, I'd say, up until now, I just love being mixed race, and I've really embraced being unique and different and embracing both sides of my cultures. So far, I think the media has presented mixed race experiences correctly, from what I've seen anyways. I'm not sure if I've missed something, but yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything big or controversial apart from the whole very recent, yeah, I want mixed race babies. Apart from that, then, yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. I think it is good that they're finally adding a bit more interracial couples on TV, because it used to be very much only black people and then white people, mixed race. But now I like that there's a bit more of a range now, a bit more of a mix. But they could do a bit more, from what I've seen in the media, to really, project that there are loads of different types of family out there, not just like black and black families, white and white families. Like, there are very various there are various mixes of ethnicities and families nowadays, so they could do a bit better of including all of them. I feel like I answered number 16 wrong, so I don't know, do you want to give me like a point to talk about, and I can do that? But yeah.